A peaceful morning began when Chili left the house, leaving Bandit to look after the two children. But behind those innocent eyes lay a mischievous plan. Bandit carefully gave instructions. But as soon as he turned away for a moment, everything changed. In the kitchen, one problem after another arose. Bandit was both worried and confused, trying to keep everything under control. But it seemed this task was harder than he thought.
Huh?
Before Bandit could breathe a sigh of relief, a new problem appeared in an unexpected place. From outside, the whole house became more chaotic than ever before. When Chili returned, everything was over. Despite his exhaustion, Bandit completed his task. And sometimes just a smile is enough to dispel all the chaos.
A day at school.
The rattling fan, a hot noon. An old fan spins slowly. Clack, clack! An irritating noise. The whole family looks at the fan. Frowning, they fan themselves with their hands. Dad places it in the middle of the floor. He grabs a screwdriver and carefully removes the screws. Mom hands over a small box to hold the screws. She nods, reminding him with a look. Sister holds the fan frame steady. Little brother sits close by, eyes wide as he watches. Ting! A screw pops out and rolls across the floor. Little brother crawls after it. He even crawls under the table. Sister puts the fan blades back on, slightly crooked, but tightened anyway. Dad nods and flips the switch. Whoosh! The fan spins the wrong way. Dad tightens the screws firmly. Dad switches the fan on again. Boo! The fan runs smoothly, a gentle breeze blowing. The whole family claps. One morning in the garden, the plants need care. When you get too excited, water can be wasted. And then a friend comes to help. Good intentions sometimes need the right approach. Saving water starts with very small things. When you know how to adjust, everyone can contribute. A little creativity helps avoid waste. When you care for them properly, plants respond very quickly. Saving doesn't mean scarcity. When you know how to use water wisely, every drop becomes precious.
The hide-and-seek game seemed simple, but Bluey hid it too well. But that item wasn't a toy. Bluey began to realize she had hidden something important.
A few moments later.
And the bigger problem, the item had actually disappeared. The game was no longer fun. It turned out the item was never actually lost. And it seems Bluey still hasn't learned her lesson.
Bluey and the paper airplane. One day, Bluey finds a paper airplane on the table.
Whoa! Whoa!
She picks it up and curiously looks at it.
Whoa!
Bluey gently throws the paper airplane to see how far it can fly.
Woo-hoo-hoo! Whoa!
The airplane glides across the room and lands near Bingo. Bingo happily picks it up and throws it back to Bluey. The little paper airplane turns into a fun flying game for Bluey and Bingo.
One energetic morning, the two sisters decided to go out and exercise. Sports don't need to be perfect. Just bring joy. And then a new friend joined in. When things get too exciting, things can go a little too far. Joy is only complete when everyone feels comfortable. Understanding each other better is the first step to a fun game. When everyone adjusts together, the game becomes harmonious. Sports isn't about winning or losing, but about bonding. A little tired, but very happy. When you know how to play together, every fun activity becomes meaningful.
Shooting star.
The night has fallen. Bluey and Bandit settle down for a quiet evening on the veranda after a long day of play. Bluey gazes up at the twinkling stars, and suddenly she points an excited finger towards the sky.
A brilliant, swift streak of light, a shooting star, flies across the dark night sky. Both dad and daughter watch it pass.
Bluey turns to look at her dad, her eyes wide with surprise and a little bit of wonder.
Bandit gently pulls Bluey into a warm hug.
Bluey closes her eyes, keeping her silent wish completely private.
She opens them, giving a look of pure contentment. Bandit tightens his hug, savoring the special moment.
One fine day, the family decided to wash their beloved car. When you're too excited, things can easily become excessive.
Oh!
Doing things the right way makes the job easier. Saving money is part of caring for the environment. Safety is always paramount. It's okay to make a small mistake, as long as you know how to correct it. Being tidy helps things finish faster. When working together, the joy always outweighs the fatigue.
Oh no!
past bedtime. But Bluey and Bingo are participating in an important challenge. Whoever falls asleep first loses. Bingo's eyes are getting heavier, as heavy as if he were wearing stones.
Oh!
Oh no, yawning is contagious, the most dangerous enemy of sleep. Just a quick nap for just 1 second. Ouch! Wake up! Gravity is winning. The little heads can no longer lift up. Okay then, maybe a soft fluffy pillow would help right now.
Oh! Huh?
The competition is over. It's a tie. Good night, angels.
One leisurely afternoon, Chili decided to organize a special activity. But for Bluey, playing sports always has to be different. A mini racetrack created right inside the house. The rules are simple, but the outcome is unpredictable. Winning isn't always guaranteed. But patience always brings joy. Sports don't need to be complicated. Just play together. A day of light exercise, but full of laughter. Bluey discovered a very strange treasure map.
Oh! Oh!
The treasure wasn't in one single place.
Woo!
The first X led Bluey out into the yard. Wow! The first piece of treasure was found. The map pointed to a different location. The last X was a little further away. The treasure pieces were gradually pieced together.
Oh!
The last X was a little further away. The search continued in the small forest. The last piece of treasure appeared. The three pieces of treasure put together into a surprise. Treasure is truly a joy to discover together.
A peaceful morning begins.
Huh? Aha! Okay.
A short trip is about to begin. Today, all three of us went to the park to play. We've arrived. The air seems really fresh today.
Oh. Yes. Huh?
Just a small rug. The three of them have found their father's whereabouts. Wow, that's so much food. Look, Bluey and Bingo seem to be putting their appetites aside. Dad started dividing the food. Bingo, a sandwich. Next up is Bluey, which is a cake. Bingo is really enjoying his delicious sandwich. Bluey is also enjoying her cake. Dad seems very happy. It seems like Bluey is remembering something. Surprisingly, that's excellent technique. Bluey wants Bingo to play soccer with him. They both had a lot of fun playing together. Oh, it's already afternoon. Dad has already called both of them home.
The secret breakfast. Mom is asleep in her bedroom. Dad, sister, and little brother stand outside the kitchen, exchanging a silent shh gesture. Dad fills the kettle with water and turns on the stove. Steam rises. Dad quickly lowers the heat, nervously glancing around. Sister places bread into the toaster. Little brother carries a tray of eggs to the table. One egg rolls. Crack! It falls. He hurriedly picks it up, wipes it clean, and quietly puts it back. The family sets the table together. Plates slightly crooked, tablecloth wrinkled. Toast a little burnt, water poured too full. Dad steps back, looking at everything. He nods proudly. The bedroom door opens. Mom steps out, still sleepy. She freezes. Her eyes move from the messy breakfast to her family standing behind it. Mom covers her mouth, eyes filling with tears. A warm, grateful smile appears. The family sits together at the table.
Bluey and the self-flying toy airplane. A beautiful early morning. A toy airplane is flying indoors. Bluey and Bingo are going from outside into the house. The airplane flew around the house. Bluey talks to Bingo. The plane landed on the table in the living room. Bluey went closer to take a look, while Bingo started to sense that something was wrong. Bluey lifted the plane up and inspected it. But upon closer inspection, it was just an ordinary toy. Until Bluey put it down and something unexpected happened. The plane took off on its own. Bingo and Bluey tried to chase after it, and the plane started flying faster. It wasn't just flying, it seemed to be controlling itself. The kite can fly. Welcome everyone to Bluey. What is Bluey's dad doing in the warehouse? Wow, that kite looks old. Bluey and Bingo are going down the stairs. Both were surprised to see the kite. Bluey wants a kite. The sky today is perfect for flying kites. Bluey and Bingo are heading to the kite flying spot. Bluey is running as fast as she can to make the kite fly. Oh no, the kite won't fly. Bingo is sitting there laughing. Bluey! This time it's Bingo's turn to fly kites. Wow, the kite is flying! Bluey couldn't believe her eyes.
As the afternoon draws to a close, the sky begins to change.
Whoa! Woo-hoo-hoo!
Each cloud seems to be telling a story. The sunset slows everything down.
Oh, bye-bye.
The sun slowly prepares to go to sleep. The last light of the day is so gentle.
Whoa!
Bye!
Another day is coming to an end. Silent moments are always memorable. Today ends on a warm note.
The shadow. On a rare quiet afternoon, Queen Chili began her territorial patrol. But she wasn't alone. She had a small shadow following her.
Ooh-la.
This shadow is a bit clumsy, but very persistent. Next challenge, the dangerous corridor. The Queen decided to switch to spy mode. The stealthy style of the shadow is truly unique.
Oh.
And the reward for the world's most persistent shadow is...
Woo-hoo-hoo! Yippee! Whoa!
A perfectly sweet moment.
Bluey and Bingo are playing soccer very gently in the yard.
Ah!
Huh?
Police Rhino notices the ball rolling slowly. Police Rhino decides to try the game. Police Rhino prepares very seriously for the first kick. The gentle kick creates a rather unexpected moment.
Huh? Aha!
Everyone quickly realizes the force of the kick needs to be adjusted. continues in a more fun way.
Okay.
A kick of just the right strength makes everyone very happy. The slow pace of play makes the game very enjoyable. A simple game is enough to bring gentle laughter.
The journey of the red ball. On a beautiful day at the Healer house, Bluey and Bingo were feeling down because they had no toys. Suddenly, a red balloon appeared. And so the chase began. Passing through the lush green park. Be careful, jump high. Oh, what a mischievous breeze. They had travelled a long distance, all the way to the windy beach. We need a bit of teamwork. Amazing! The two sisters did it. A small adventure, but the fun was immense. See you again.
A seemingly ordinary beach outing.
Wow!
But Bluey and Bingo discovered a mystery.
Whoa!
A treasure map appeared right before their eyes. The search began. But the beach wasn't still. The treasure seemed to be playing a trick on the whole family.
Whoa!
The treasure was cleverly hidden. The best treasure of all is the joy of family. The giant balloon. The family gathers around a huge balloon. Dad holds a hand pump. Mom holds the balloon's neck. The kids watch excitedly.
Whoa.
The balloon grows bigger, bigger. The kids' eyes widen. Dad and Mom exchange a slightly worried look, but keep going. The younger child hugs the balloon tightly. The balloon lifts the child off the ground. Feet dangle in the air. The child laughs and squeals. Dad and Mom gasp. Dad jumps, trying to grab the child. Mom pulls gently on the balloon string. Too weak. The older kid runs to grab a pin/sharp stick. Everyone gestures quickly to each other. Dad and Mom pull an air mattress/inflatable mat underneath. The older kid pops the balloon. The balloon slowly deflates. The younger child floats down gently onto the air mattress. Bounces once, then sits up smiling. Everyone exhales in relief. Early to bed. Mom raises a finger and gestures. Early bedtime tonight. Dad and the kids nod seriously. The clock flips to 9 p.m. Everyone is still in the living room. The child sleeps peacefully. Dad sits upright, wide awake. Mom checks the clock, then sits back down. The clock reads 10 p.m. Dad has turned on the TV and is fully engaged. Mom sits beside him, scrolling on her phone. The child continues sleeping soundly. The clock shows 11 p.m. Dad changes TV channels. Mom smiles at her phone screen. The child shifts position slightly, still asleep. Mom looks up at the clock. Eyes widen. She looks at Dad. Dad looks back, sheepish. They both glance at the couch. The kid has been asleep forever.
Donut mission. This is the last donut. And here are two experts at handling sweets,
Wow.
Bluey and Bingo. Approaching the target, stealthily, the agents are calculating their trajectory. But wait, Chief Rhino is patrolling the living room area. We've been found. Find a place to hide. Officer Rhino is a seasoned investigator. Nothing escapes his notice. The suspect is on the run. The chase begins. The speed is dizzying. Bluey and Bingo are running at a considerable pace, but the police officer is not lagging behind. It's a dead end. Bluey and Bingo have been cornered. It's time to hand over the evidence. The law always prevails. Oh, his stomach is rumbling louder than a police siren. It seems the policeman is starving too. A sweet truce was established. The case is closed. Everyone is happy and everyone is full.
Bandit decided to spend the morning tending to his garden. But as Bandit got busy working, little mischiefs began to appear. Just a slight lapse in concentration, and the whole garden was thrown into chaos. Bandit began to realize that babysitting and gardening at the same time wasn't simple at all. Sometimes, even the most endearing acts of help can lead to a little accident. Hey! But in the end, the most important thing is the laughter and the moments spent with family. Bluey discovers a strange treasure box in the backyard. shoe away. The box reacts to Bluey's movements. The treasure seems to require the right rhythm. Bingo and Bluey try moving in time with the movement. The rhythm gradually becomes more precise. The treasure finally opens. The treasure only opens when the movement is in time. Bandit decided to spend the morning tending to his garden. But as Bandit got busy working, little mischiefs began to appear. Just a slight lapse in concentration, and the whole garden was thrown into chaos. Bandit began to realize that babysitting and gardening at the same time wasn't simple at all.
Aha!
Sometimes, even the most endearing acts of help can lead to a little accident. Hey! But in the end, the most important thing is the laughter and the moments spent with family. The simple fishing rod. Quiet. Lakeside/riverside. Dad arrives with a fancy fishing rod, tackle box, and folding chair. Son stands beside him, empty-handed, watching curiously. Dad casts the line confidently. The float sits on the water, perfectly still. Dad waits, checks his watch, sighs softly. The son looks around, finds a tree branch, ties a simple string to it, adds a tiny hook, drops it into the water, just for fun. Dad doesn't notice. The string suddenly tugs hard. The son's eyes widen. He pulls up the branch. A fish! The son freezes for a moment, then grins proudly. Dad turns around, looks at the fish, looks at his expensive fishing rod, looks at the stick. Dad bursts out laughing, shaking his head in disbelief. Dad pats the son's head proudly. They sit side by side, watching the water together. The fish swims calmly in a small bucket.
Giant ball.
Hooray! Yeah!
Bluey and Bingo are playing on a seesaw. The game game is really fun. Bluey suddenly saw something. Bingo immediately turned around to see what it was. Wow, it turns out it's a really big ball. Bluey and Bingo immediately ran after the ball. Then, the two of them played with the giant ball. Yippee! Bingo, throw a kick at the ball. A little while later, Bluey and Bingo were sitting on a giant ball to have fun.
Bluey and Bingo embark on a new treasure hunt. According to the map, the treasure is right here. But the treasure hasn't appeared yet. The whole family starts to doubt the map. Bingo discovers a very small detail. The treasure was never buried in the ground. The treasure was hidden right in front of them. Sometimes, treasure is closer than we think. Bluey wanted to transform her backyard into a vibrant picnic area. Colorful items began to appear. The picnic mat was prepared first. The backyard gradually became more lively. Bingo also helped Bluey decorate the picnic area.
Aha!
The picnic area was gradually completed. Bluey tested each corner to make sure everything was comfortable. With just familiar items, the backyard became a colorful and joyful picnic area. A peaceful morning begins with looking back at familiar things. Sometimes, all it takes is a little color. And then, an enthusiastic friend comes to help. you're too enthusiastic, things can get a little overdone. Knowing how to choose the right approach makes the job easier. When everyone contributes, the picture comes alive. A little mess creates memorable moments.
A few minutes later.
When the work is finished, joy is evident in every color. A small task also brings about great bonding. Huh? When we beautify the house together, joy is also colored. Bluey decided to turn their home into a family sports day. The final station required coordination. Bluey tried her hand at the first race. The second station required dexterity. Bingo also wanted to join the challenge. The next station tested quick reflexes. Maintaining balance was a difficult challenge. Whoa! Everyone took turns.
Ha! Let's go!
The final station required coordination.
Yeah!
The final station required coordination. The family sports day brought laughter and positive energy. The living room was a mess. Bluey realized Dad was about to come home. Bluey quickly looked around the messy room. Bluey started cleaning up quickly. Cleaning up too quickly caused trouble. Bingo ran in, helping to hold the box so Bluey could close the lid.
Aha!
Whoa! Time flew by. The room gradually became tidier. Dad arrived home just in time. Bluey had finished cleaning up before Dad got home.
Wow!
Hola.
Uh-oh. This treasure won't stay in one place.
Whoa!
The more they chase it, the farther it runs. This time, they have to split up to catch it.
Whoa!
They're so close, they can almost touch it, but they still miss. When they rush too much, everything becomes dangerous. Running fast doesn't guarantee victory. When they coordinate correctly, everything stops.
Whoa!
And it turns out, this is just the beginning.
Uh-oh.
A familiar sound echoed from outside. The ice cream truck was passing through the neighborhood. But the ice cream truck didn't stop. Bluey decided to chase it. The truck kept changing direction. Finally, Bluey saw it again. Bluey used every means possible to go faster. The distance was gradually closing. The truck finally stopped.
Aha!
The chase ended with a cool reward. A ride around the neighborhood became a sweet memory. Bluey and Bingo were preparing for a treasure hunt. But the weather had other plans. The treasure map started changing. The whole family decided to follow the new map. The treasure didn't appear. Maybe they misunderstood.
Hey! Hey!
The treasure was right where they started. Sometimes the treasure doesn't go anywhere. It's just that the map got wet.